A very bright and cheerful morning to everyone present here this morning. Respected Vice Principal, our esteemed special guest, Shri Tenyebinlo, Press Secretary to the Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, Nagaland, faculty members, non-teaching staff, fellow students, and all distinguished guests. I am Lohe of MSW third semester, Finance Secretary, SCSC, will be the moderator for today's event. On behalf of Student Council for Social Change, SCSC NEISSR, I extend a warm and spirited welcome to each and every one of you to this grand celebration of the 11th Annual Sports Meet 2025. Today, we gather here not just to play, but to celebrate team spirit, unity and strength, values that go far beyond that field. Our team, Strength in Unity, Power in Play, reminds us that when hearts unite, even the smallest team can achieve the greatest victory. Let us now dive right into the rhythm of our program. Allow me to read out the sequence of today's program. Chairperson, myself, Ms. Bilu Lohe, Finance Secretary, SCSC. Invocation, Mr. Khing, EU President, NEISSR. Keynote address, Ms. Lilo, Chishi, Games and Sports Secretary, SCSC. Special number, Mr. Zipise, BSW First Semester. Speech, special guest. Vote of thanks, Ms. Vishili, Sakhamo, Cultural Secretary, SCSC. Special prayer and benediction, Father Khing, Vice Principal, NEISSR. Oath taking by Mr. Robin, Assistant Games and Sports Secretary, SCSC. Lighting of the lamp, followed by NEISSR flag hoisting by special guest. Kick-off, which will be done by special guest. So as we begin this day of energy and excitement, let us first seek divine blessings. May I now invite Mr. Khing, EU President NEISSR, to lead us in the invocation prayer.
Good morning, everyone. Before we pray, let me read out the scripture from the book of Philippians, verse 3 to 4. Do nothing of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather in humility, value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but to each of you in your good interests of others. This is our Christmas.
Thank you, Mr. Khing, for the uplifting prayer. May this event be guided by wisdom, unity, and spirit of fair play. Every event has a heartbeat, and today's heartbeat is powered by patience and teamwork. To keep that spirit alive, we now have the keynote address by Ms. Lilo, Chishi, Games and Sports Secretary, SCSC. You may come and take your turn.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would thank God and I praise God for this time and also bringing us together in this manner. Respected Chief Guest, Shri Tenyebinlo, Himb, Press Secretary to the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, Nagaland, the dignitaries accompanying our respected Vice Principal, Father Lawrence, esteemed faculty members, staff, and my dear fellow Muslims. It gives me immense joy and pride to stand before you this morning as we gather to mark the 11th Annual Sports Meet, a celebration of energy, teamwork, and mutual spirit. On behalf of the organizing committee and the student body, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you to this much-awaited event under the theme Strength in Unity, Power in Play. Sports have always been more than just competition. They are a reflection of discipline, teamwork, and the strength that comes from unity. Sport teaches us lessons that go far beyond the field. On the ground, every player is equal. We win together, we lose together, and we learn together. That's what makes sport such a powerful force of unity. As we celebrate the 11th Annual Sports Meet, let us remember that every cheer, every race, and every goal scored adds to the heartbeat of our institution. Winning is wonderful, but participation, efforts, and sportsmanship are what makes each one of us a true champion. This event is not only about showcasing talent, but also about building character. It is about testing your endurance, believing in your team, and respecting your opponents. Whether you are running on the track, serving on the volleyball court, or cheering from the sideline, you are contributing to the spirit of leader. I would like to take this moment to appreciate our planning committee and the faculty members who have worked tirelessly to make this day possible. Your dedication and teamwork reflect the very theme of this year. Our theme this year, Strength in Unity, Power in Faith, carries a message that is both simple and profound. It reminds us that true strength is not just about physical ability or winning trophies. It lies in unity, our teamwork, and our shared determination. To all the participants and to all the courtholders, give your best, play with integrity, and enjoy every moment. And let us stay remind us that when we play together, we grow together. The real victory lies not in the scoreboard, but in the bond that we create. May every match, every event, and every cheer echo the theme, strength in unity, power in play. Thank you, Nigerians, excellent knowledge and service.
For those inspiring words, you have reminded us that every athlete, whether they win or lose, contributes to the greater victory, the victory of participation. Now let's take a joyful bow and lift our spirits higher. We'll be entertained by a special musical number which will be presented by Mr. Zipise, BSW first semester student. You can come and take your turn.
The song is One Day. Hope you guys enjoy it. Sometimes I lay in the moon and take God I'm breathing. Then I pray don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for reasons. Sometimes my tears I drown, but never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I hope someday you'll turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting I'll be grateful for the people who say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. It's all about being on the loose, 'cause we don't lose when they bleed on the souls of the innocent. Blood drips screaming, keep on moving to the water stays raging. In this space, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I hope someday you'll all turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. One day this will change, drink people say, stop with the violence, stop with the hate. One day we'll be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. So my life I've been waiting for the people to say
melodious performance that truly brought energy and fire to the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply honored to have among us our special guest, Shri Tenyebinlo, Press Secretary to the Member of Parliament Rajya Sabha, Nagaland, a person whose dedication and leadership have inspired many young minds. Before I call upon our resource person to address us, I would like to take a moment to briefly introduce him. Mr. Tenyebinlo is a dedicated youth leader and social worker from the Rengma Naga community. Over the years, he has held numerous leadership roles, including Vice President of the Rengma Sport Association, President of the Dimapur Rengma Students' Union, and Education Secretary of the Dimapur Naga Students' Union. He continues to serve the community through his involvement as General Secretary of the Dimapur Rengma Youth Organization, Secretary of the Rengma Community Sodima, and member of the Rengma Sailor Team. Mr. Himb is also an accomplished sportsman, the first Naga to win a race in the national cycling competition and to represent the state at the Northeast Cycle PHP event in Meghalaya. At present, he serves as the press secretary to the Hornbill Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha Nagaland. We are truly honored to have you, sir, in our midst today. Before I give time to our special guest, we would like to present him a small gift as a token of our love and appreciation. May I request our Vice Principal, Reverend Father Khing, to do the honor.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Before I start my speech, I would just like to delve into what our chairperson has introduced. I was into cycling in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. That was 10 to 15 years back. So now the size is a little bit different, but I'm still the same person. At the very outset, I thank our God Almighty for giving all of us this beautiful day. I would like to also bring warm greetings from Srimati S. Khanya, the Honorable Member of Parliament Rajya Sabha, who is also the first woman Rajya Sabha from Nagaland, and on my behalf, before I begin with my short speech, I would like to introduce my entourage who is here with me today. And to begin with, you may clap only after I finish my introduction. So I will first introduce them. So I would like my friends to stand on their feet and show their, I don't know if they're handsome, but I want them to show their faces. First and foremost, my good friend Lilo, PA to Honorable MLA and Advisor to Renewable and Disaster Management. Let's clap later, because if you start clapping, it will take a long time and your sports will not finish today. Then we have Opedo. He is the in charge for policy and research. I would not name the party. I mean, if you already know from which party I am, so he is the youth wing in charge for research and policy. So his name is Opedo. We have Michael Yantam, the Vice President of the Dimapur Naga Students Union. He's from Sumi Lota community. The first one, the tallest, is from Changsang. The next one is Sumi. I have my brother Lilo. He's also the State General Secretary of the party I serve, the youth wing. Then I have my brother Kelly. He's also my old good friend. He's from Angami community. I have my friend Aristo Chopi. He's from Sumi community. He's also one of my Amu from Baja time. But now I've outgrown in size. Then I have my friend Haido. He is the state social media co-convener of the party that I serve. I have my brother, To. He is the president of Eastern Nagaland Students Union. I have my brother Pikato. He is the assembly secretary of Western Students Union. I have my good friend and brother Tujo Lohe. He was the former chairman and secretary of NSS Nagaland. I have my brother Mugaga. He is the former president of Naga Students Union Shillong. Last but not the least, I have my good friend and don of Shogima village, my brother Kezemeta. Thank you. So, yeah. So sorry. Saya contoh jauh lalu bisa recognize. I would like to introduce my brother Ninoka, the president of Newland Area Students Union, and my brother Himb, who helps me in my daily works. I have my brother Lilo from Chilean community, the one who always drives me safe home. And I have my brother Aga, breakfast yeah, he is also one of my brothers. So coming back straight to the point, though today is a sports meet, I am really happy to see the team strength and unity. I was praying that there would be no team where I have to speak about fitness and health. But anyways, the reason why I brought my friends are because, when we're in politics, my brothers here will also know, but when we invite people to be part of any program, honestly speaking, sometimes we have to pay them just because to be part of the program. But all of them are unpaid. They came from various locations to accompany me today. So, first and last, thank you to my friends who have accompanied me today. Also, I thank the student council and I give my highest respect, though the principal is not here, our vice principal is here, the teaching faculty, the non-teaching faculty, the organizer for today's program, and all the students that will be taking part, like your games and sports secretary have already mentioned in her speech that it is not just the players, but it is also the crowd that, when you cheer, they also feel like, doing more better like that. So today it is a very good day for all of us to be part of this program. I was told that last year's chief guest, I think around 1 hour, but don't worry, I do not take that much time. I will keep it very short and brief. When we look at our society today, I think it is high time that we stop blaming our leaders, our elders, and I think we should also start questioning ourselves. As long as we are not that in an adolescent stage, once we are adult, I think it is high time for all of us to ponder upon what we can do to give back and serve our society. The main problem with our society is pointing fingers. He didn't do that, she didn't do that, she should have done that. I think that is the thing that exists in our society, but there is already enough problem. And we have to strive towards the solution that needs in our society, that is needed in our society. Just like our singer brother was saying just now, his song was one day and not, his song that says that one day. So we all aspire to become this and that, and I'm guaranteeing. My father is also a retired police officer, but I am not into government service, and now it is not possible. But back then, maybe early 2010, 11, so I would have got a backdoor appointee, and just like my father, I would have been a police officer right now. But then I was not into this since back then, and I'm telling you, I jokingly tell this to people, I'll be in politics, even if I fail in politics, I'll still become the driver of an MLA. And still I'll become the Welfare Association president of the Drivers Association. So things like that. Have a dream, have a goal. If you always think about, see, today we are not Bolero and we are not married. So today we bought 6 vehicles. But what I wanted to convey was, there are some people, even in their weddings also, they drive a Maruti car, but on the wedding day, they'll either hire a good vehicle for their wedding. That is the kind of lavish life that the Nagal people live. We are too fake. We are not FSCT, but we are FAK. So I want all of us to also live in the real life, that is REAL and not REEL. And if we do all those things, we will be happy and contented. I am also healthy. Sometimes I look, how do we say in Korean, Bujumpi or whatever. They are very slim, fit, and handsome, but I am also very overconfident that though I'm healthy, I don't envy him. So things like that, be confident in yourself. Even today's program also, I could have somehow managed even a rental vehicle to bring Fortuner Innova, but I drive a humble Bolero, so I brought my own vehicle. So things like that, I want all of you to know that not all of you will become a government officer, not all of you will become the top-notch uh, person among your friends circle, but do what you love and love what you do. It's not about how long you live, but what you do when you live. That is what it matters. Because I've seen a lot of people, you take inspiration from reels, okay, like this is a normal trend. Uh, you put a lot of Bible verse in your WhatsApp and Facebook status. Every Sunday you'll put the good Bible verse, but the next 2 minutes you will start judging someone on Instagram just because he or she did not wear that kind of clothes, just because he or she wrote like that. So it is the farce of our society that we live in. So as social workers and where you bring change in the society, don't let just this be a research or a practice, but let this be something which people will, look at it, all of you, and say that, oh, these people are really bachelor's and master's students of social work. I graduated at the age of 27. If some of your friends or cousins were in Khalsa College from 2015 to 20, they will know me. I flunked my metric for 3 years. So basically, I did my higher secondary from Christian Secondary School. So from class 8 to 10 is 12 years. 3 times metric is 3 years. So which means I studied in Christian Secondary School for 15 years. So that's my story. I took a gap of 5 years. Then from regular studies, though I was the healthiest, I always like to keep myself very neat and clean. Necktie will be this much button, then I would be on the first bench always. Church, so honestly speaking, I know myself, so church I'll be in my fourth, fifth bench. But when it comes to social gathering, it doesn't matter if it's uncle gathering or auntie gathering, I'll be on the first one. So things like that, build confidence, and like I've said, I even argue with my father. It's not because I'm a politician, but I tell my father, just because you're older than me, that doesn't mean you don't know. Just because you're older to me, that doesn't mean you know everything. But that doesn't mean that I'm saying that disrespect elders. I'm telling you this, if you don't respect your elders, you will never succeed in life, I'm telling you. Always have the mindset to learn, okay, I tell this to people and it's a very simple logic, but 1 plus 1 is 2. Half plus 1.5 is also 2. So learn, relearn, be innovative. When people say innovative, that doesn't mean that you have to go to Mars like Elon Musk is planning. No, not all of us can become Elon Musk. But what you can do is you can become, for instance, today's chairperson Bilu. So she should be the real Bilu at home, at school, or at play. Even for me, Tenyebinlo, whether I'm in public, whether I'm hanging out, or whatever I do, I should be myself the same. If, as a Naga society, I understand that some other communities may also be here, but as a Naga society, if you always take pride in, your tribe, like I'm from this big tribe, small tribe, it will never work, I'm telling you. But if all the tribes combine, like, the 5 fingers, if you combine, it becomes a strong fist. So things like that, you have to make friends, and I'm telling all of you, I have friends, even MLAs also, they reply my WhatsApp messages, but I never leave my colony wala dukan wala also. If I meet him, I talk to him same as I talk to an MLA. God is watching, and I'm telling you, if, of course, your vice principal and myself were from the same community, if I say this, it might, like, but if a tribe like Rengma can become the press secretary to an MP from Nagaland, just imagine how much more than you like happening for. And for me, I'm just a bachelor student. It will be not even honors. Just because I speak good English, that doesn't mean I'm a BA honors student. I'm not. I'm just a mere BA general. But like I said, I thank God. I've also been involved in many students and youth organization, and till that I'm doing it. If God's grace, I don't intend to live. I don't intend to live in the sense I intend to work for a society as long as I live. And all I want to tell all of you is there is strength in unity. And when you're united, nobody can say anything against you. Sometimes, even if you are wrong, if you are like in a crowd of 10, 20 people, that one person may be right, but ini cari dulu balik. But even if you are right, you are alone. And if there's 20 people who are wrong, you may get messed up. So things like that. Keep a lot of good friends, but make sure that you never forget your old friends. Why I'm saying this is because, see, normally this is life, okay? Even for me, before I became PS and after I became PS, some of my friends treatment I've seen, like, पहिला त आमले त फोन भी नहुँदा टेक्स्ट भी रिप्लाई नदिएको अलि आजकल तो क्रिसमस न्यू इयर जहिले तो नि आइसकेको न बर्थडे धेरै नै के गरिरहेको छ लेट्स गो देयर लेट्स डू देयर but one I'm still going to I'm doing onco and I know who is white, who is black, though I'm not rainbow. So I know my friends' true intention. So as you all strive, and honestly speaking, we are all striving for power only. Power, money. If you use fire to cook, then you will have a good dish to eat. But if you use fire to burn, then there will be a lot of devastation. So it depends on how you use it. For instance, if you're using only phone for making reels and only you want to flex on social media, that's up to you, no problem. I'm not against it. You can be an influencer or whatever, but I always believe that becoming a real life influencer is more important than this REL. It will, on the internet, you'll see someone doing a charity work or someone, something good deed. You will say, oh, God bless him, God bless her, and then you put on your Instagram status. Whereas your neighbor, like he or she may be staying in the rent house, and then chaotic night, no one to take care. You know that he or she is sick, but you're not able to do anything but real status over a preacher. But let's not be like this. If you know that your friend is in need, you may not be able to help him or her financially also, but at least physically also. And like I've said, even spiritually also, you should help them. And whatever I am today, it's all because of God. And I've been telling this to myself and I tell to everyone, what God can give, He will take back. And if you're humble and you do good, God will, bless you manifold. And like I've already said, don't strive to become rich. You should dream, of course. I'm not saying don't dream, but this is the harsh reality of life. So, not, but see, for instance, one is like the students of the bachelors and the masters. I'm not saying it will happen, but many of us, sometimes, some of you will pass, some of you will fail, some of you will get sick, even in the middle. I did from Christianized English School, from class 8 to 10, I was the class captain. So, still now very over smart, but back then, again, I was hyper over smart. So what happened was, I flunked my class 10, then what happened, my friends started insulting me, saying, every December we used to have friends gathering and they used to insult me saying, it will metric fail. But I had that strong mindset, like I don't let negativity surround me. So what happened was, I flunked my metric for first year, second year, third year. So all these things, what I mean is in regard to sports also, you will not win all the time, but it doesn't mean that you will never win also. So what happened was, my friends, they started to insult me saying class 10 fail, but I did not take any revenge by the grace of God. Some of my friends who were able to go for their bachelors also, some of them, they could not complete their studies. Some of them, they could complete their studies, but they are still jobless. But the one who had to take a gap of 5-6 years, by the grace of God, I am here today. And like I've said, if you are able to do what you love, just one life is enough, and you will never regret. Be good to people. And the same thing with sportsmanship also. There are some people, okay, if they play and lose, for instance, if you're playing cricket, you lose, then you'll throw your bat. you kick the stumps, even for football also. So it shows that you're not a disciplined player. Be better. You may not become the best, but always strive to become a better person. And to all my teachers who are here also, you may be elder to the students here, you may be in terms of your, what is that, your qualification, you may be more than the students here, but humility should exist. And even if you go for so many trainings, if you're not able to change yourself, then students are looking up to you. Some people may take it very seriously also, and even lead to suicide also. So these days, mental health is very important. So even the teachers should make sure that you adapt, learn, change, and let the students really be inspired. Nila the college sarina, apnya na biya wina kaya biya na. So the teachers should also keep that in mind, and even the students. There is a saying: either you become the naughtiest or the brainiest if you want to be remembered. But that is not necessary. You can still be a backbencher, but make sure that you are a good student in the class, because even teachers, they do a lot of work to maintain decorum in the class. When I was in Tatso College, like I've said, the year 2015, when my friends were graduating with their gown, I joined class 11. Then me and one of my friends, we contested for CR election. Of course, I won, but his excuse was, I don't bura. But it's okay. So even in the classes also, when teachers cannot control the class, if I stand and everybody will keep quiet. But I was not Dadagiri. But things like that. Today he could not come, but I'm sure you guys know that Toka Achumi, the footballer, the NSL player, the curly hair. Though I was not a good player from class 11 to BA first year segment, I was the football captain. You guys will not believe me, when I was in my first semester in BA, Toga used to be my substitute. Seriously, look at him now. So life changes like that. So, Apni can be always remember, just because your train is blowing today, for instance, I'm not telling this to everyone. If a social media influencer tala account no bye. But if you are an influencer in real life, people will always remember you. So what I mean to say is, Toka used to be my substitute, and actually I forgot also. So my friend Michael, who is the vice president of the NEISSR, he reminded me, brother, to yeah, that's not like college time that he substitute every day. Then Toka, I think in the first year or second year, he went for his full-time football, and he took so many coachings, and now he's striving also. And he even gifted me a football boot. I think it's worth around 10,000 something. He said that, hey, brother, you've always been supporting me, so I want you to have this as a souvenir. So we have been in college, like the past 10 years, but because I was good to him, and college level, even to reach point, I used to be friends with everyone. I used to take my vehicle to college. I mean, like, I could do whatever I want, but I always made friends with someone rich lobby poor lobby, but all I'm saying is be true to yourself and be true to your friends. So if you come there, Toga was, he gave me that good. So what I mean is, he have been playing football professionally for like around 7-8 years now, and he gifted me that good. So what I'm saying is, if you are doing good today, don't worry, it's only 15 minutes. If you are doing good today, you will bear fruits. And I tell this to everyone. If your success is like burning a pepper, it's so easy to burn a pepper, but it will diminish very fast. But if your success, you really want to be successful, then be like a thick plum. It takes time to grow 15-20 years, or say even beetle nut tree or whatever. It takes 5-10 years to grow, but the harvest is bountiful. So with this, make sure that you keep God as your priority. I am the least, not the least. I'm a senior, but whatever I am today is because of God. Take inspiration not just from social media. See, for instance, I'm sure some of you may be close with your vice principal also, but your vice principal is also a very intellectual person. Even if I don't tell you, also some of you, many of you will know. He keeps on writing a lot of articles. So, not just for college work, sometimes maybe in the evening, instead of spending time with your boyfriend and girlfriend, spend time with him also. Just get to know what he is also going through in life, what he aspires to do, things like that. So, learning is a lifelong process. Of course, it may be very difficult to meet Bill Gates, but to meet him, I don't think it will be very hard, especially for you students. So make the best use of it, and I'm telling you, even if you're wearing a football, even if you're wearing an Adidas football boot to lagai na dumi college to magaw. So, but even if you're wearing a Bata shoe, you'll be able to wear that to college because it is meant for that. So what I mean is, apni kiman brand dam na lagai na, it doesn't matter. As long as it's serving your purpose, and I want all of you to know that as a human being, definitely envy the whole day, like be like your even your phone also be like your Android or iOS or even your clothing from different kinds of brand, but this is all worldly only. That's why I want all of you to know that whatever your parents can afford for you, and I just remembered the worst thing I had. Na, my house is just next to the college. I will not tell my house number, but my house is just next to the college. So I see from my house, see some parents they come to meet their children by auto or like hand. The students I feel very angry, but by the time I mean, who am I to scold them also? But the thing I really feel angry is they are shy for their parents to come to the college to meet them. No? That is not the way. If some of you are doing that, please stop that. Sports, they be life lesson. So sorry, I'm not a sports person that way. But if your parents are coming to meet you in the school or college, happily embrace them. Because I've seen a lot of students, if their parents are coming, they will not let them come to the college. They'll come out, meet them, and they don't do that because your parents are putting so much effort for you to, so always be proud of your parents. They may be they may be, from they may be illiterate also, but it is now your job. I mean, by the grace of God, for me, too, I'm the second generation. My father is a BA LLB, so that's a different thing. But if some of you are the first in the family to be a graduate or be a master's, after you complete your job salary, maybe just 5,000, 10,000, but don't worry about that. Just keep on doing what you're doing, and you'll just get to know. And just like fitness also, if you keep on playing football, volleyball, basketball continuously, then you will either become a state player, national player, even an international player. But the problem with our society is we never take anything professionally. Like, mohan log pabo, time pass kilo, hahi guru, jaya guru, and then gorde boy na mam judge guru. I ball dunga kick maro le, itu jala guru le. So, and just like for instance, Ronaldo or Messi is playing World Cup. Then from home we will just inga marile ball dekhle, inga marile ball dekhle. But if a ball is given to us, no, we will not even be able to keep this much also. So let us be realistic in nature. Let us also make sure that you help your friends grow. If you know that your friend recharge is going to get over and he or she may not be from an economically stable family, and if you know that you have 1,000 rupees and at least for 1 month you can recharge for him or her, just do it for him or her because it may be small thing for you, but for that person it will be a big thing. So tiny droplets of water makes a mighty ocean. So I'm not asking you to make an ocean here, but make sure that you help support your friends, and through unity there will always be progress. And if there is progress, then our society will be a much better place. And I see a lot of people, they'll just see the form, and when they meet, they'll only talk bad about people. Itu hoise, tate hoise, itu amingala leader way to police, but I'm not saying you should not judge, but what I mean is a footballer judging a volleyball player how to play. I think that is not the way. So just be good at what you are doing. See, for instance, you are going to travel. Then forget about whether your car is expensive or if your vehicle doesn't have fuel, then you will never reach your destination. So focus on yourself first. You become someone, then you tell someone who is this bad than you that time, you should not do this, you should not do that. And at a time where we have to learn and we should build our memory to become a better person, if by the time you are like now in bachelor's and masters, from now if you start judging people, you have so many opinions about everything, then I think that is not the way. So to prepare your final exam, you will first have to go through your internals. Then you will submit the assignment. Then once you're eligible with your attendance, everything, you will write your final exam. So our final exam is still a long way to go. Make sure you do your best. Throughout this 3 days course event, may the best team win, and there will be only first, second, and third. So don't worry about that. Even for me also, when I was in high school, I always thought I had a very good voice. Every year I'll compete in, what is that, solo competition, but I never win. I used to feel so sad, okay. But later, I really didn't know that I was quite good at running. Then in the year 2009, when I was in class 10, so the one who got second had the size of my friend Sedelo, and I was quite small that time. And I won the first position in 800 meter, and that was the last time I ran. So things like that, you will never discover yourself until and unless you try everything. I'm not encouraging all of you to get into all this intoxicant and bad stuff, but if you really want to, अपनी खाना talent की ऐसे जानी मुझे you play football also, badminton also, basketball, play everything, and from there you will get to know at which you are very good at. So if you have already enrolled your name, it's good. And if there is still time for you to enroll your name, try all the discipline, and we never know. You might be the next person representing India also. So with these few words, if I was able to speak some good and meaningful stuff, kindly take it home. And if it is not good, kindly keep it here and go and play. So last but not the least, thank you for this opportunity. And me and my friends have been, we are very privileged to be here. Looking forward to meeting all of you again. And maybe 10 years, 15 years from now, some of you may even become an MLA, an MP, or in some good department. So that time if we happen to see each other, let's introduce each other. I may not be able to remember all of you, but I'm very sure that I'll be healthy like this for the next 20 years. So if my size doesn't change, then even if we meet outside, so let's say hi to each other. And like I said, thank you for this opportunity. And I have nothing to give, but only my words. But thank you for this opportunity, and all the very best for your sports. Of course, I will be here, but yeah, and thank you. And yeah, I took only 25 minutes, or less 35 minutes than last year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your motivating message. Your words have filled us with renewed purpose and the drive to give our best, not only in the game, but in every aspect of our life. No celebration is complete without gratitude. To express our heartfelt thanks to all who have played this inaugural program for the day, I invite Ms. Vishili Sakhamo, Cultural Secretary, SCSC, to deliver the oral thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It is indeed an honor and joy to stand before you and propose the vote of thanks on this wonderful occasion, the inaugural program of 11th Annual Sport Meet of Northeast Institute of Social Sciences and Research, under the theme Strength in Unity, Power in Play. On behalf of the Student Council of Social Change, and the entire NEISSR family, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our special guest, Shri Tenyebinlo, Khing, Press Secretary to the Honorable Members of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, Nagaland, for gracing this occasion and for inspiring us with the encouraging words and presence. And our sincere appreciation also goes to the accompanying guests for joining us today and for your kind support throughout the program. We are blessed to have our Vice Principal, Father G.L. Khing, with us, and we look forward to receiving special prayer of blessing. And a warm appreciation to our Chairperson, Ms. Bilu Lohe, EU President, Mr. Khing, and Games and Sports Secretary, Ms. Lilo, Chishi, for their leadership and efforts in organizing the event successfully. We also thank Mr. Zipise for the delightful performance, and to our faculty members, non-teaching staff, organizing community, and voluntary for your teamwork and dedications in preparing for this day. And to all our students and participation, thank you for your enthusiasm, unity, and sportsmanship that truly brings life in these sport meets. And we move forward to the oath-taking ceremony and the official kick-off. Let us carry the spirit of unity, friendship, and fair play throughout the event. Once again, thank you everyone for your presence and support. May the ranks excel in knowledge and service.
Thank you, Ms. Vishili, for your gracious word of appreciation. Indeed, behind every successful event stands a team that works with unity and heart. Before we move forward to the exciting part of the day, let us once again seek God's guidance and blessing. May I now invite Father J.L. Khing, Vice Principal of NEISSR, to lead us in the special prayer and benediction.
Good morning to all. Before I say this special prayer to all of you, once again, big thanks to our special guest, Tenyebinlo, and the young people here who are there to support him physically, morally, and spiritually. I'm sure most of these young people sitting here, most of you, okay, are bachelors. Okay. So here we are going to know bachelors and masters in social work. Like all of you are doing in the society, the same work carried by our students in various areas of life, in the community, in NGOs, in schools and hospitals. I think this is what we can do as students to impact the society for better. Therefore, wherever we are, either as students, politicians, or social workers, I think the aim of working for people is bringing people together more united. Therefore, big thanks to our special guests and to all of you. On behalf of the management, I also thank the Students' Council for arranging all these events so specially. Even yesterday was a Sunday, we know. But after the service, they came back to make sure that things go well to its best perfection. Therefore, let us give a big hand to our Students' Council for social change. So with this, we invoke God's blessings upon our special guest and the team present here and to all the participants as you take on to the ground. Let us bow our heads in prayer. God our Father, we thank you for the gift of life, for the gifts of talents, for the gift of very personality in our life. Interacting with people, meeting people enhances not only our relationship, but even morally boosting our.
Thank you, Father, for your meaningful word and blessings. May God guide us through every challenge and victory today. Now I request everyone to kindly proceed to the ground for the oath taking ceremony. Oh, before that, there will be a photo session along with our chief guest.
As a special guest, kick off this 11th sports meet. Open.